Hello, viewers. I'm Vibhuti Jha. This is Sanatan World. Welcome to the show. Please like, subscribe, and support our channel. Before I begin my conversation, so I urge you again to do so. Today, I want to talk to you about a very interesting, strange, but dangerous phenomenon which is landing in India in a few hours from now, or it has already landed. That is the chief cockroach of the Cockroach Janta Party is landing in India. And as you know, there is a total plan plotted to do street agitation starting from Jantar Mantar in Delhi. This is not a coincidence. The man who is being deported from America is suddenly the leader of the whole gang of the Congress Janta Party. And you know how it has proliferated and added numbers. You can see the very calculated, cold, calculated, planned, and plotted scheme being done in India. Why is it? This is the Cockroach Janta Party. They are doing the street revolution to bring about failures that the government had on the leaking of the examination papers, which by itself I asked Dr. Pradhan he should take a sabbatical and join a university in Siberia where the cockroaches will not reach him. Total failure on that account. That I am not willing to condone at all. This cannot happen, and you cannot play with the lives of young students, where I have been once, and there are many of us who have children who are in that scenario. Cannot happen. These kind of leaks are absolutely dangerous and devastating for everybody. So the point of the matter here is, what exactly is going on? So the issue is, this is a failure of the entire opposition in India ever since 2014 to uproot the Hindu government of Narendra Modi ji, which was established into a coalition party of National Democratic Alliance. That's important. They have continued to win the elections in the center, and they have also captured seats in West Bengal, Odisha, and other places which were totally unheard of. The recent dislodgement of Mamata Banerjee's TMC in Bengal was a big example of how NDA movement is moving forward. So the question arose that the deep state, wherever it is, they are trying every bit of their effort to dislodge Mr. Modi from the power. I said this in 2020 itself, after Mr. Modi won the second term, that they will do whatever it takes, mind the word, they will do whatever it takes to remove Modi from power, because with every single term that the NDA wins to run the central government and whatever states they capture, it gives the compliant, docile, or the communist regimes a problem in controlling India's fate and destiny. Whatever is known as the deep state wants a compliant, pliable, weak leader in India so that they can toe the line that the big powers want India to follow. This is the basic premise of the whole thing. The cockroach gang is symptom of that. This is another very interesting play on psychological element of the minds of people. We all know whenever you have to demean somebody, we always say, don't behave like a cockroach or don't be a cockroach. It's not a respectable animal, so to say, or a creature or a critter or whatever. It's the most despicable of the creatures the God ever created. Why? I do not know, but here is the situation. These people are indulging in a psychological display, the psyop of the minds, in which they are willing to indulge in self-deprecation to gain public sympathy. Think about it. It's a very strategic play in the sense that if they are invoking that we are the worst of the lot, how much worse can you do to us? Or what else can you call us? But we will not give up because we have a grievance. We want to remove the government. We want to bring communism. We want to bring socialism, equity, equality, and all that, which you see is happening. Interestingly enough, this movement, I would call it the cockroach movement, of the woke army, which is made up of communists, socialists, Marxists, Islamists, and what have you. And it is now joined by the extreme religious fanatics on the right. They have become part of this whole process. They are the ones who are determined to affect India. India has been called as a happy hunting ground. India's rise is something that the rest of the world can't take, can't handle. Because if the Hindus rise, because that is where the beauty of Hinduism is all about, because Hindu practices and India is all about, that we are way too much accommodating of every point of view. And that's how India gets taken for granted, becomes a happy hunting ground. Everybody has a freedom to do whatever it takes. Those very people who try these stunts in India and democracies in America and other places, if they did it in the Islamic societies or a communist societies, the values they bring from these two elements, they would be hanging upside down. So in India, the Red Fort scramble, the Shaheen Bagh, these were all modus operandi to force government to take a violent effort to curb them. Now think about it. This guy is probably leaving today, or he will arrive in India in the India morning time, whatever. But there already, even Turkish newspapers, Turkey's national media has said that this young man is being likely to be arrested, and he will have problems. Can you imagine? Turkey, Turkey national media, mainstream media is talking about a person who is illegally in America, has criminal cases in India against him, who is being deported to India to lead the cockroach movement. Think how deep is the love of the deep state for India. That's what I'm saying. Cockroaches, Islamists, they are putting themselves into that brand, self deprecating humor, so that people will get sympathy. I'm only saying one thing. Where are where are the Hindus who are willing to become cockroaches, who are so communistic that they are willing to hurt the Hindu cause themselves? Maybe they are not Hindus anymore. Maybe they are masquerading with only Hindu names. And that's what is important for all of us to bear in mind. The deep state using the cockroaches, communists, and Islamists in India, they have become the almost element that wants to hate and demolish Hindus. Remember, it's very important to know communists and Islamists. For them, violence is their tool to advance an argument. They agree on one thing: they have a violent intent to hurt India. They have a violent intent to prevent Modi government from bringing about enormous changes that the government needs. I am told, and I believe it's to be true, that this government is trying to bring about significant changes in education policy. Remember James Mill, remember Macaulay, how they had plotted, schemed to destroy the Vedic teachings, the Hindu teachings, to destroy our family network and the entire country. They took away our personality, our character, by destroying our culture, language, and traditions. Those traditions are being restored by this government. And there is a big money play in this. Think about it. If this were to happen, if the government succeeded in bringing about changes in education policy, of bringing back the ancient wisdom and the ancient values and ancient education systems back in India, the lot of educational tools of the foreign deep state, they will get disrupted. Why would I need to go to a foreign university to study when my own studies are far more rewarding for me? And India is a growing economy. That's where the another element that you would have seen, that recently, 5 or 6 days ago, Bloomberg spread a false news that Reserve Bank of India has sold the gold to prevent run on rupee. That's a different political game and business game. We will talk about that later. But remember, this is the important part. Bloomberg withdrew that story and said that that whole story was false. But in the meantime, what happened? The entire global media was talking about India losing its position and that India is a desperate economy, even so much so that Rahul Gandhi was talking about the fact that Indian economy is sinking. The man who doesn't know how to spell economics was talking about doomsday predictions for India. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I wanted to say today. Beware of the cockroaches. Don't fall into the trap of the communists and Islamists. This is not a public demonstration of unhappiness. This is a public demonstration beginning to cause street-wide, protests, which could lead to toppling of the government, like it happened in Bangladesh with Sheikh Hasina and Imran Khan put behind bars as yet in Pakistan. You saw it in Nepal. The Gen Z thing that is happening, that is Arvind Kejriwal for you, the man behind the man behind the whole problem. All right, Rahul Gandhi, Arvind Kejriwal, Indie Association, beware of them. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and support our channel. You may agree or you may not agree with what I say, but don't ignore it. That's all I will say. And as I say always, Satyameva Jayate, for truth to triumph, you got to stand up and fight for it. Thank you.